Hello everyone, welcome back to Cause Streams TV. As always, I am Cause, and this is the first week in a long time we've done very little in World of Warcraft. Even in the Mythic Plus scene, we only did 6 keys. So we may be looking at the shortest weekly recap I've had in a long time, but some of the things I do want to mention that I did do last week, as you know, I've explicitly and continuously stated how much I dislike visions, and what you're seeing in the background is me actually running an 8 mask on my Demon Hunter in Orgrimmar. Now, I believe Orgrimmar is the easier of the two visions to do. Specifically, if you take your time, the ads aren't that bad. None of the bosses have like something that can completely blow away all of your sanity. Even Rexar, the boss that I hate the most and believe has screwed me the most often in other attempts, was actually fairly smooth. I took my time, I positioned myself correctly, I made sure I stunned the boars, I used my kit, and it turned out okay. So I was able to get through the 8 mask Orgrimmar run very, very easily. No, I take that back. It wasn't easy. It was slow. It had to be methodical. It had to be meticulous. But we got it done, and that means we are 50% of the way to getting the mount that you get for if you complete both Stormwind and Orgrimmar. So in the coming week, one of the things I'm going to focus on is the 8 mask Stormwind. I may just record that and then compile all the clips of me getting angry and frustrated, because what I can see happening in the 8 mask Stormwind run is me getting to Illyria and constantly dying. I might even try it on my Death Knight, because I think I'll have a little more damage output to try to burn her faster. And something that I did not know you can do, and I didn't know this even back in the BFA days, is you can actually kick the fire barrels as they come out. I did not know this. This was told to me last week, and yeah, it blew my mind. So I'm looking forward to maybe being able to get through that, get that mount. So that is going to be this week's challenge for me. I'm really not looking forward to it. Some of the other things we went through last week is the guild did a Reclear of Mythic. So we're going to have our first ever full Mythic Vault on the Death Knight. I didn't originally take the Paladin. I was hoping to get at least Gallywix down on the Paladin, but it turns out my secondary stats are so off on the Protection Paladin that he could not cut it. He was having significant problems just with Mugsy. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to waste everyone's time. I hopped on the Death Knight. We did a full clear, and we will have a Mythic Vault to look at there. So I'm really excited for that one. The Protection Paladin will have 2 Mythic Dungeon Vaults to look at and a full raid. And outside of that, actually, what I've been doing a lot of lately is playing Robocop. Yep, believe it or not, Robocop is $6 on Steam, so I bought it and I've been playing it. And I've been really enjoying it, actually. The story, it's just that nostalgic feeling, the classic music, it's been really fun. But let's jump into the game. Let's take a look at our Death Knight. We'll start there and see what he has for his vaults. All right, and we are going to be opening it in Blood Spec. Not much has changed on the Death Knight. Last week we got rid of Cersei's Circlet finally. Let's see what his first ever vault looks like for Mythic. Not a bad overall vault. You know, we got Mythic Boots, Crit Mastery, which we already have, and then we have the Eye of Kazan. Now this could be fun to play with. It's obviously not our best, but it could be a fun thing to just kind of play around with, specifically maybe for Unholy. Yeah, so I think overall, even though we could use some sockets, we do still have a couple pieces of gear. We have no pieces of gear that need sockets. So it looks like our best thing, I'm going to take Eye of Kazan, because maybe we'll play some Unholy and just have some fun with that. So this will be one of the 2 trinkets I could use, because I need Eye of Kazan and a House of Cards. So maybe next week on our next Reclear, I can get a House of Cards. Not a bad start to our Vault week. And jumping right into our next character, I'm excited for this one because I have been working actively to try to get my Paladin geared up and get him kind of some of his best in slot gears. Like I said, his stats are completely off. I need, for raid, I need about 20,000 crit. I'm at 7,000, and I need 20,000 haste, which I'm only at 11,000. So way off on what I actually need for crit and haste. So that is why I struggled a little bit with having him in raid, but we're going to work on that. We're going to open his vault in Prot Spec. Not a lot of change. I still have not done a 10 prior to get my IO up, but I'm not that worried. So let's take a look at what we get. And yes, there it is. There's all right, and what do we have? I was excited for like a whole 2 seconds because I thought this was the Galley Shield. It is not, which sucks. But here we go. Let's take a look at. We got Crit Mastery, which is high crit, which isn't bad, but we have crit verse right now, not really worth taking. We do have the crit verse shield. This specifically would just be a stat change if we needed it. And then we have the neck piece again. Got a crafted one, so now not a big a deal. And of course, I get my best in slot trinket this week. Oh my god, that is hilarious. So we're gonna have to do a sim on this to see what this actually looks like. Of course, it's right after we crafted, the week after we crafted our neck, we ended up getting this one here. So let me do a sim and see if it's actually better. All right, so if we take the neck and max out and put the gems in it, it's about a 14k DPS increase. So crazy that 3 item levels will give us that much, but we will take the neck, we will socket it and do that. I can't believe we spent so much of our crests getting the crafted one just to now get the best in slot neck, but that's okay. Good upgrade on the Paladin. I'm happy with that. That is one step closer to him having his best gear, and we can always do some sim stuff with the other crafted neck to play around with. So not a bad vault on the Paladin at all. So what is the plan for week 18? Man, the weeks are really flying. I'm hoping maybe I get some more drive to do Mythic Plus. Like I said, I've really taken a step back and just kind of been on the back burner. I still haven't finished the Monk for 2500 IO challenge. Maybe that's something I'll focus on this week. I will probably do the Paladin a little bit. We'll see like which one I'm more into. I'll definitely do the 4 keys on him, probably raid again to see if I can get the shield or Jasters. And something that I've started doing is going through like the Warband, because I really like the system, and I realize like, why am I not organizing these guys in like specific roles that I'm using them for? Like we have all our tanks, we have some of my healers, right? So I thought, you know, everything kind of just looks the same though. I don't have any unique backgrounds, and I tried to see what other campsites are available, and it turns out that there's 2 quests, 2 achievements that I need. One is all that Kaz, and the other one is going goblin mode. So we hopped in the game and took a look at what I actually need, and I am so close to actually having all that Kaz. And it's funny, for Glyph Hunter, I am missing a single glyph, so we're definitely going to go get that one. And then on top of that, for Lore Hunter, this one might take a while because I haven't even started it, so that might be something I do as well. The other one is going goblin mode. This is another one that I'm quite interested in getting, but I've done nothing in Undermine, so this might take me a little longer, but I'd love to have that background just to change things up a little bit. So that is definitely something I might work on this week. It's more casual, but I think that competitive side and that like stress of Mythic Plus, it's really just, I think I've over the course of the season burnt out a little, mainly from, I think I made the decision this season, I'm sticking to it, that I will only play all of my tanks. And I honestly feel like at this late into the season, I no longer really want to tank. But then I hear the stories of like, oh my god, sitting in queue waiting for a healer or waiting for a DPS the whole time, and then you spend more time in queue than you do running keys. So that's a problem in and of itself. But I think next season I'm going to change it up. I'm going to add a little more variety to what I'm doing in the game, and I'm hoping that that kind of builds up that drive again. But yeah, this season has been only tanks, and I'm going to stick to that. So I am looking forward to the next season, kind of taking a break from that, kind of changing things up a little bit. So that's one reason I am excited for season 3. So I think right now, kind of jumping over and doing some of those casual things, getting some of those little things that I still can while it's easy to get rep, while everyone's still farming the same reps or farming specific items and making groups for it. So I'm going to focus on that a little bit this week, just kind of take a step back and relax. Outside of that, I want to finish the Robocop story. I am really enjoying the game. It looks way better than any video I've ever seen, and the gun that he uses feels absolutely phenomenal. So that is kind of the plan for week 18. I feel like we are reaching the end of the season, probably a few more weeks out. August timeline maybe for 11.2. I'm watching the raid testing, I'm going over fights, I'm preparing for that already. So all of that's going to be coming, and of course once season 3 starts, we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. So super excited for things to come. But as for right now, we're taking a little bit easier. And then just the final thing I'm going to touch on is our gold week over week increase for week 17. I can tell things have gotten slower. Sales actually have declined. But like I said, our goal weekly is just 100k. We hit 100k, we can continue to buy WoW tokens and continue to pay for everything we need. So this week we made 144,857 gold. Not bad. Still over 100k. So we'll see how next week looks. But that is it. That is it for the video. I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in and checking out the videos. Tune in live. Maybe you'll see me doing some 8 mask Stormwind runs, which I'm dreading on the inside. Like, I just know Illyria is going to be a pain. It's going to feel so bad getting that far into the vision and then failing. But hey, check it out. I'll make some videos on that maybe. And, you know, as always, appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know what you're doing in the game these days. Have you done the 8 mass visions for both? Which one did you think was actually easier or more difficult? Other than that, stream will be on Tuesday and Wednesday. I will stream the raid. Sunday is, again, up in the air because it may be beautiful and I may be at the beach again. So have a fantastic week, everyone. I hope your vaults were good to you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.